Pop Freeze by Evan Bunting, illustrated by C.R. Payen. My pop is building the Golden Gate Bridge almost every day after school. Sally Schultz and I go to Fort Point and watch. The bridge winds stretch across the bay, from San Francisco to Marin. People said this bridge couldn't be built. Some call it the impossible bridge. They say the bay is too deep, the currents too strong, the winds blowing in from the ocean too fierce. But I know my Pope can't do it. Whenever I say he's building the bridge, Mom laughs. There's a crew of more than 1,000 men working on that bridge, Robert, including Shirley Dad. She reminded me. I know that, but I just shrug. To me, it's Pop Bridge. Pop's a high Iron Man, balancing on the slanted catwalks, spinning and bending the cars. He climbs so high that sometimes clouds come down around his shoulders. When the fog rolling, he disappears completely. That's why the high Ironmen are called skywalkers. Sally Dad is a painter. The painters start work long before the bridge is even finished. My pop says it is wooden for them. The bridge would rush away. But I think he is just saying that to be nice. The skywalkers have the most important job of all. At Fort Point, I look for Pop through the binoculars. Mom lends me. The workers look alike in their overall and swampy hat. But I can't always find my Pop because of the red kerchief he tied at his throat. It's our own Scarlet Shiner. I don't worry much about him on days when the sun sparkles on the water, when sable skin below. It's so beautiful I can't forget that it's dangerous too. But when the wind blows through the Golden Gate, the men cling to the girder like caterpillars on a branch. On foggy days, my hands switch on the binoculars. Where is he? When I find him, I try not to look away, as though the force of my eyes can keep him from falling. At my house, Shirley and I work on a jigsaw puzzle Mom bought us. When it's done, it will show how an artist thinks the bridge will look. Shirley and I work on the puzzle most every day. Bending over it, I feel like I'm building the real thing along with Pop. I'm a skywalker too. We are almost done, Shirley said. I wonder which of us will put in the last piece. I shrugged, but what he said made me think. My Pop built that bridge. He should set the last puzzle piece in place. That's only fair. Even though Sally might think his dad should do it. When Sally is looking, I slip one of the pieces into my pocket. Later, I hide it in my room. I'm saving it for Pop. The impossible bridge is nearly finished. One evening, Mom and Pop and I walked down to Fort Point. The bridge hangs between stars and sea. It's like a giant harp. my pop says. A harp for G-Angels to play. I look up at him and I can tell this wasn't just a joke to my pop. He loves the breeze. In San Francisco, there is great excitement. Everyone is waiting for opening day. Sally and I have watched nearly every bit of the breeze go up. We saw the two stands come together from opposite directions. We saw them meet. We saw the roadway go in, and my Pope did it. No one can be as proud as I am, not even Shirley. After all, my dad is a Skywalker. And then one day, something terrible happens. Sally and I are watching as the scaffolding pulls away from the breeze. There's a noise like a chain break as the scaffolding crashes down into the safety net. The net tears loose and men go with it into the swirl tide. I can't breathe. I can't think. But then I look hard through the binocular and see Pop still on the breeze, his red kerchief whipping. Pop! I whisper in relief. Beside me, Shirley is screaming. Where's my dad? Where's my dad? We had seen him walking close to that scaffolding. I can't see him now. Well, I find him. I promise. We have to. I sweep the binoculars up and down the breeze cables, looking at every painting hanging high on this Jacob ladder, or swinging in a motion chair like a knot on a rope. Be there, Mr. Shrew, I bled and then spot him. Over by that cross girder, I yelled. Shirley fumbled for the binoculars. I help him. He looks where I point. He there, he chef. Shirley gasps. The next day, we find out that only 2 of the 12 men in the water were saved. I think about that day. At night, half asleep, I see the breeze shake. I hear the crash. One of those men in water could have been Pop or Shirley's dad. I finally understand and I feel ashamed. Equal work, equal danger for Skywalker and for Painter. The work goes on. A new safety net is put in place. Pop said there's less talking and joking now among the men. There's a remembering, but the breeze must be finished, and alas it is. We watch through Mom's binoculars as a golden spy is brought in at the center of the men's band. Now the celebration can begin. On opening day, no cars allowed. Thousands of people walk and dance and roller skate across the breeze, including us. I wear Pop's kerchief around my neck. There's a man riding a unicycle. There's another on steamers. Navy planes fly above the great steam towers. Battleship and cruiser sail below the breeze and into San Francisco Bay. Windstorm is music through the Strait of the Cabots, and I think of my Bob's harp. That night, our family has our own party with Shirley and his dad. There's stewed chicken and a Chinese noodle dish Shirley dad made and a snickerdoodle pie. The jigsaw puzzle sits on the coffee table with a gap in the middle. I was shut and shut for that missing piece, my mother said. A good thing we didn't leave our breeze with a space like that, Mr. Shrew said. Pop's chokers. we'll be walking still. It's time. I slip upstairs to get a hidden puzzle piece, then find the seashore and cut the piece carefully in half. I go back down and put a half piece in Mr. Shu's hand and the other in my paws. Finish it, I say. It's your please. It belongs to both of you. My mother raised her eyebrows and suddenly said, "Hey, why?" But I just watched as a two-piece fit in. So perfectly, so smoothly. Team effort, my pop says. We raised our glasses of sarsaparilla to celebrate the laborers and riveters, the carpenters and the painter and skywalker, all the men who work together to build the most beautiful bridge in the world.